Hey guys. What the fuck? Hey guys.
Accessing the feed.
Now that we've got a foothold, it's time to take the fight to Advent. We're heading into the city center to take down a public target. Something that will get people's attention. Neutralize any security forces in the area. Keep your head...
Squad concealment active.
Of course.
Moving out.
These streets don't belong to them.
Yeah.
Menace 1-5, you're near the target position.
Got it. Running.
This land is ours.
These guys make up the bulk of the Advent forces we've dealt with. They're disciplined and well-equipped, but their obedience makes them predictable.
Eyes on the prize.
They want us to pack up and go home. Pretend we haven't seen the world's black underbelly. Maybe 5 minutes ago.
Got it!
Eyes on the prize. Moving to Overwatch.
Bloody hell! We've got this one by the short hairs.
I've got something. Okay, so I got one. Hostile target down.
Well, how about that?
All right, pumpkin pie.
Yes. The Advent officers seem more capable than the grunts. We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or stricter mind control.
Come on, fight me. Oh, but it hurts so good.
What's one more body amongst foundations?
Namor shall bide his time. I can handle that. Affirmative, covering now.
Not on perimeter. Dead now.
Quick, like a wee bunny. Just not yet.
On the move. Moving to Overwatch. I'm going. Affirmative, covering now. Target's still up.
You must be kidding. Get it together.
Target's still up.
That was close.
If anybody that is watching, you know, safe stuff in the chat. I thought I was alone there for a minute. Just playing XCOM 2 right now.
Without a doubt.
It's pretty heavily modded. Made all the character Marvel, DC characters, so
The tide
It's,
has yet to rise.
kind of interesting.
Seems
You know,
doable.
matters more when they die. You know.
I'm on it.
Hey, Golden Apples, how's it going?
Corruptor of innocence.
Area is secure. We're not picking up any inbound contacts. Scanners are clear. Menace 1-5, we have a limited window to act before Advent responds. We need to get those charges
I'm just gonna turn down that voice volume a little bit. It's a bit obnoxious.
Location confirmed. Moving out. Location confirmed.
That's a bit better.
Come get
Okay. Yeah, I didn't, thanks, Apples. Yeah, I didn't really know what to stream. So,
Catching up to do.
yeah, I just picked this. Figured I'd put myself out there. Cool. What's your Steam page? Is it like a game?
Menace 1-5. Rendezvous at the extraction point.
Excuse me.
Status confirmed. Squad is clear. Detonating charges.
Advent officials announced an increase to this month's recruitment quotas. Citizens are encouraged to volunteer
Lithium.
to visit their nearest recruitment.
So I assume you know about the,
Remember, only together can we build a
Sorry.
better...
I have a hard time talking when the game's talking over me. I don't like muting all the sounds though because I got custom voice packs. But yeah, I assume if you,
Commander to the research lab.
I assume if you know about the page, you've been following the curator. So yeah, if you're denouncing the violence of September 10th, the Charlie Kirk assassination, I am recommending any games that are the development team is denouncing, and I'm not recommending any games that have anybody celebrating it, or basically any calls to action in terms of violence or rhetoric that led to events like that. So I'm happy to throw your game up and as a recommendation if that's where you stand on the issue, or if you'd rather I don't because you don't want a mob of angry evil people review bombing you. That's cool too, but I think more people are positive on the curator than they are negative, at least at this time. But it's been crazy. What are we even at right now in terms of follower count? Because man, yesterday was just insane. I woke up to like 16 and decided to watch a movie with my wife and got off, and there was almost like 2,000 followers on the group, or on the curator specifically. There's a group and a curator. 13,000. We're at 13,000 right now, and that's just there. I can share that screen if that interests anybody, or if you'd rather I just play game, that's cool too. Do I? Is it safe to show my Steam page? I think it's safe. El Senor. Yeah. I personally am kind of torn on New Vegas, but Bethesda was so torn as in leaving the negative review, but I erred on the side of I don't even think I got through their whole catalog yet, but because that tweet came from the main account, I wanted to nuke every game that they had. Oh, that's what I should have played. I should have played original Fallout 1 in I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to stop XCOM and I'm going to start Fallout 1 because that game just... Anyway, going on a tangent. Yeah, I was torn on throwing in the older Fallouts and Elder Scrolls and all that onto the curator, but because Bethesda's main account, it wasn't just some dev that worked on the game, it was their main account. that gets the whole thing nuked. And the screen's black right now because I'm not sharing anything. I just want to share gameplay because I'm kind of paranoid since starting this stuff up that if I share the wrong thing, people are going to find out too much about me, and that just scares me. So, I think I might need to install Fallout, but it should only take like 5 seconds. Anyway, yeah. Can you tell I'm a little ADD scatterbrained? Yeah, I didn't want to. I initially didn't want to do their whole catalog, but when their social media account is posting that, and if you guys don't know, they posted this video clip from Indiana Jones where, without real any context, they just pet a cat and say, "Hey, you're not sad that the fascist is dead, are you?" Which, in context of the game, is obviously not about Charlie Kirk, but in context of this past week, there's no way, absolutely no way that wasn't a reference. Yeah, Clayzo, absolutely, right now, like, they totally do, and it's sad because, well, I shouldn't say I love Fallout. I love old Fallout before Bethesda bought them out. And I don't mind 3, and I don't mind New Vegas. Excuse me. But turn-based Fallout is really where it's at for me. It was... Hold on, sorry. I'm just trying to launch the game right now. Fallout 1 was the game of my youth when it came out. I remember seeing the box and just immediately I'm like, I want this game. And I got it. And it was the first game where I ever did kind of like a challenge run, which isn't really something I usually do, or even knew what they were called back then. It was like 96 or whenever it came out. Maybe 97. But, and this will sound psychotic, but I would try to go through the game and literally kill everybody I could. Not first run, obviously. I just wanted to see if you could do it. I beat that game, Fallout 1. Technically, Fallout 2 is better because it doesn't have the time limit or whatever. But why is this taking so long to load? Oh, because I have to play here. Okay. Technically, Fallout 2 is better. But I have a soft spot for 1. That's just me. But, anyway, it's loading here. I gotta find it in my OBS, I think. Is it gonna be a pain in the butt to show an OBS? It's not showing on my specific window page. Oh, here we go. That should be coming through in just a second. Okay. Let's see, does this game support widescreen? Or full screen? I don't know about you guys, but I've got the stream loaded up on a separate screen here, and it's still not great. I don't know if there's a delay for you, but I'm like I'm a good like 20 seconds ahead of what you might be seeing on screen. You know what? Let's honor the man. Call him Charlie Kirk. I guess that means we have to have a good guy playthrough today. Gonna have to max out his charisma. I'm making no other comment about him in regards to stats, except for charisma and intelligence. Other people could say things. No, not endurance. Very good. Okay, there we go. So we're probably going a talkie build, I think. Recently tweeted out what's happening. Yeah, totally reply to me. I think he was talking to me, Apples, because he's got a game. Yeah, if you're a game dev and you're disgusted by what's happening and you got a game out there, let me know. You're going on my supported page if you want, because I understand some people would be quite mad at me, or quite mad if they started getting death threats or whatever because I put them on there and they, didn't really approve. So, yeah, just consider that. Sorry, when I try to play and talk at the same time, I'm not a good multitasker, so. Okay, so definitely speech. I've never actually played a full-on... I usually go, like, perception shooting. And he's got some perception there, but... okay, let's go speech, because that's what Charlie would have wanted. Science, because he knows what a woman is. And... you know what? Let's go traps, because, people could walk into that and, metaphorically in terms of speech. Cool. Yeah, tag me, because otherwise I'll forget. Yeah, thanks, Senor. Share to everybody. Whoever you think wants to know who not to support. I don't know what optional traits I should take. Good-natured. Yeah, going good-natured. And I think that's it. I think I'm going to turn down this...
You're here. Good.
I'm just going to skip the cutscenes. I'm probably going to talk over them anyway. I'm going to lower some audio because it's actually kind of distracting to me, but...
War never changes.
There we go. I think there's a gun on this guy. Knife. Oh, I already have a gun. It's been a couple years, but I still remember things. Just want to check my follower count here, which was the easier way to say 7. Okay. If anybody's just tuning in, we're playing Fallout in a good Fallout, not made by Bethesda. I don't know if you buy it and they get the funds still, maybe. But hey, that's what the high seas are for, right? And by that I mean, not playing a game and going out on the ocean if you're skilled in that regard. I don't mean anything else by that. Yeah. So, our character's name here is Charlie Kirk. We're going for, I guess, as passive as this game lets it be. But, or at least as talky as you can be. Of course, this is just a rad. I can't talk my way out of this one. I've never done this kind of build, actually. I don't know. When I was a kid, I was like, why would I play without killing things? That seems odd. Yeah, this is the first Fallout Golden Apples. It was made by... it was actually the team that made it. I think a lot of them worked on the original Wasteland, which is an old 80s computer game. And then for Fallout 3, Bethesda bought them out. So this is not made by anybody, as far as I know, who currently works at Bethesda. I don't know if anybody who works on this game is, you know, affiliated with the politics going ahead today. Yeah, this is my favorite Fallout. Actually, now that I think about it, like, it's usually not this small. I just kind of realized that because we were talking. It's usually much more zoomed in, but this is very, like, modern day, like, resolution problems. This doesn't look like how I remembered it. Can I not change that mid-game? I don't see video settings mid-game. I think I have to go to the main menu for that. Oh well. Just the way it's all zoomed out. I don't remember it being like this when I was a kid. I remember being, like, really close to my guy. But I think because of the resolution, so we go this way. So I skipped the cutscene, but what the story is in this one is you're in a vault that they have a water chip that is going bad, and so for the first time ever, they're sending a person out into the world to find a water chip. So you're trying to find other vaults, and so there's supposed to be a vault somewhere in this direction, and spoiler alert: the first vault you go to does not have a working water chip. So there's actually a timed mechanic in this game where if you don't get the water chip back in time, everybody, you know, just dies at your vault and it's game over. So it's something like 120 days, I think. It's not as bad as people say. It's on somewhere. I think it's on my Pip-Boy. 144 days. It's not as bad as people say, especially if you know where you're going-ish. If you don't spend too many time resting, you'll get there. There's also an opportunity later in the game that you can send water back to the vault to get you some extra time, but it's not always recommended to do that because then people discover where the vault is, and I think that lowers your time limit on the second half of the game because there's another time limit later on that. So right now we're just in this town. Sorry, I'm eating my lunch while I talk. I know, it's super annoying.
Greetings. Your business in Shady Sands might be...
So this is the leader of the town. So you can tell him the truth. I can't remember if you tell him the truth, if that puts your vault in danger later. There might be like a hidden in-game thing where that's the case. Can somebody let me know, is everything I'm saying kind of delayed based on what you're seeing on screen? Because what I'm seeing is about 20 seconds off.
I know of no village to the west.
So apologies for that. I don't know how to fix that. If I'll look into it if that's fixable.
Yes.
So this town has some raider problems, and you can go
What may
deal
I
with
help you
that.
with this fine day? Certainly. What do you wish to know? Oh my, yes. Great. And now the
Oh.
monsters are attacking my people.
Oh, the
Raz
Raz
is trying to find a
scorpions.
cure
Yeah.
for their poison. Yes.
Okay, so I'll tell him I'll help him out, and then I go talk to this doctor guy. The stream looks fine. Okay, it must just be for me, because when I'm talking and I look at the stream on my other monitor, I'm like I'm already in this building on my screen, but I'm still talking to the elder there on YouTube. I don't need healing. I think this guy wants me to get him. What do you have about red scorpions? Not too much, blah blah. Yeah. Yeah. Of all the companies that really have been jerks in this, I think Bethesda really pisses me off the most, because there's what's the most high profile so far. Like in a lot of cases, it's like, okay, it was a rogue developer, but when it's your main account, you gotta say something, and they haven't said anything yet, and that's unacceptable to me. I can get this guy to join me, but can you give me directions? Yeah. Okay, sweet. I got a guy on my side now. And now we're gonna go take on the rad scorpions. Wait. Oh, did I press? Okay. Whew, I was afraid for a second somebody was gonna try to kill me. So you guys probably, if you saw my post on X, that's great. If you don't follow me on X, that's I'm gonna say that's the best place to follow me, because and send me tips. It's just easier and less overwhelming than on the Steam page. And I can just link everything better. You can DM me if you want. You can post it publicly on my thing if you want. But you might not want that kind of attention to yourself. I don't know. This is a raider camp. I don't think I needed to come here yet, but it doesn't really matter. What am I pressing? I think I'm doing WASD for some no real reason. Oh! I angered them. Uh-oh. I already have to go very un-Charlie Kirk, and we just started. This is bad. I'm not prepared for this. I think we're gonna die. And I don't think I saved. I forgot this game doesn't have automatic saves. It's from 30 years ago. Yeah. I just pissed everybody off. Sorry, Charlie, that wasn't a good start for you. Oh wow, I actually get another turn. Oh, that helped a lot. Okay. But I don't have enough to fight back. Oof. Yeah, Senor, that's probably true. I didn't really follow too much of it. But yeah, you know the worst thing about, well, I shouldn't say the worst thing. I don't want to be hyperbolic, but one of the real shameful things about this like anti-fascist talk is when you see a game like a Wolfenstein, where like everybody should be on board with a game killing Nazis, right? Like, that isn't a controversial like people group to be fighting, right? But when you're so hyper politicized in this day and age, and you see a game about fighting Nazis, you just know that they're going to sprinkle in modern day messaging into the whole thing. Like, we're all on board with going to World War II and shooting actual Nazis. I'm on board with a game where there's actual literal like racist people in a modern day that are enemies or villains in the game. But when they do it and you already have your backup, because you know they're not talking up, they are talking about the Nazis, but they're also talking about you. And I gotta make my character again. I definitely gotta save at the beginning, but yeah, it has to be like this. It can't be space. It's an unfortunate thing, because when I play a game like that, I don't want to be like. Hold on. I think scaling time 2 helps with the small screen on newer resolutions. Let me try that before I get back into character creation. Scaling times 2. What just happened? My mouse can't move down. Oh, there we go. Okay, if that's the case, I'm going to bump it back up to my monitor resolution and see if that worked. I think that might have worked. Yeah, so I don't want to be playing a game and think they're quietly alluding to my beliefs as being fascist or Nazi. Like, that's not cool, you know? Like, most people have these beliefs that were not only normal but kind of considered just the basic understanding of the world like 10 years ago. And what else did I choose for this? Speech, traps. I don't think I'm going to do traps. I'll do sneak. Because if I'm not going to go too violent, then that might be a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I expected to see. Thanks, who mentioned that? Joe. Was it Joe? Yeah, Joe. Thank you, Joe, for the solution to that. I'm going to save right away so we don't have to do... Wait, did it auto-save? No. These are my old saves. Yes, overwrite. Literally. Okay. No, that's not happening. I should probably equip the knife. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Still, I'll equip the knife. If you guys are just joining us, scroll up the chat a little bit. Golden Apples has a game that he's promoting, and I'll be recommending him on the Curator later. If there's anything you guys want me to talk about, just throw it in chat. I sometimes don't really know what to talk about when I'm not on a tangent. I think the A button starts combat, and I just instinctively press it all the time for the camera because I'm used to WASD. To the west, you see a natural light. For the first time in your life, you're looking at the outside world. Welcome to Shady Stand, stranger. Please holster that weapon while you're... how do we do that? Take it out. There we go. Good day. I'm called Seth. How can I help you? I want to know about this place. Rat scorpions. Take me to the cave. Oh, that's how I go there. Yes. Okay. Equip my knife again. Is there? I mean, I'll look into that, Melee. Yeah, it does sound like... That does sound like people's ability to not read. But I'll try to post something. Just a couple, like, for your recommendations. But I think largely it still helps them. I was looking at the analytics, and the games that actually get the most views from the Curator are the ones that are recommended over the ones that are not recommended, with the exception of a couple. Like, I think Indiana Jones is like number 2, and Caravan Sandwich is like number 3 or 4. But the top ones, I think, by and large, a couple of them are definitely on the positive side. So I think if people are confused by that, like, I'm trying to put in big bold letters, like, on the Curator whenever I write the review that, like, support this person. So, and then there's that blue thumbs up. Like, I'm not sure how much more I can do on the actual page. So I think I just got to get the message a little bit more clear on the socials. And if that's negatively affected anybody's game who it shouldn't, I'm sorry. If you want, I'll take the game off. But I think in general, it's been more positive for everybody than negative. I gotta say, one criticism that's coming to mind for this game, in large retrospect, is, at least early game, it is not giving you a lot of good options for non-violent playthrough. At least in terms of like this mission, because they like if I didn't want to put anything into any weapons, like maybe they should have something else where I could just like think my way out of this. But thanks, apples. Yeah, Senor. Deleting the tweet's not enough. Because they ignored it. And they ignored it for so long that the idea of even plausible deniability is out the window for them. If they took it down, the second they took it down, they're like, hey, that's not what we meant by that. Even then, I think that's kind of a cop-out, but the silence is what really angers me. They're trying to sweep it under the rug, and that's not cool. And I know, I bet you that social media manager was fired, but that's not enough, because as far as we're concerned, the message was spread, and they need to walk that back and say it's unacceptable. Yeah, that's a good idea, May. I can maybe put it more in the bio. Yeah, I actually got to start putting my money where my mouth is and buy some of these games, but right now, like, it's just a little tight. But there's a Steam sale coming up in a month. I just die. See, this is what I mean. I gotta save way more often. I'm all the way back here again. Yeah, I'll save more often. This is not gonna be a fun stream. You have to see me kill rats for 5 hours. I come off like such a casual gamer right now. It's kind of sad. Yeah, I think the most impact a game is going to have on this list, it's going to be games that are just coming out or that can be wish listed. Because part of me feels bad that indie devs are going to get hit the hardest by this, but I don't really find that. I'm not really that sad, to be honest, because they're jerks and they're hateful, like Antifa jerks, and once their game comes out for wishlist, it's fair game, and that's going to hurt them the most. You wishlist it, and then you're on the curator page. Like, not to toot my own horn that much. It's not going to, like, completely destroy my sales. It's like, or their sales. It's, you know, at most 13,000 people right now. That's a good chunk. And there might even be some people on there that are crazy and they're following because they want to support those devs that celebrated Charlie Kirk, but I don't think that's a majority. I think it's like 2%, if that. But yeah. If a Lego Indiana Jones comes out, I guess Bethesda doesn't have full rights to it, so I don't think they get paid. Yeah, unfortunately, if another Lego Indiana Jones comes out, it's going to be Dial of Destiny, isn't it? Maybe I shouldn't say anything. I haven't seen the movie, but I really didn't like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, so I didn't want to. Oh, we got a random encounter. Are you... This game has no balance in the early game. I will say I don't remember myself being this bad at it when I was a kid. Yeah, that makes sense. Although Disney's not that much better these days. You know, I actually thought of an idea, but I'm not running with it because I already got this on my plate. But if you're, if anybody out there has the itch to do what I'm doing, I have thought of an idea of doing it on Letterboxd. And I don't know Letterboxd that well. I haven't really used it that much, but I think you can. I think it kind of works as a bit of a curator, doesn't it? And I'm gonna see my game from here. So yeah, that works kind of as a curator too, and that could do something similar. I don't think the movie industry is as toxic. Like, it's, don't get me wrong, it is toxic, but it's not as overtly toxic to the general population. Like, you're not gonna follow like the camera operator for a Christopher Nolan movie and then find out he cheered Charlie Kirk's death or anything like that. But you know, with, say, The Long Walk this weekend with Stephen King, that stuff like that happens all the time, and there are probably people out there who, I know they're sick of Hollywood and their games that they play, and they probably would follow a Letterboxd account that pointed this stuff out to them. So, you know, if anybody wants to run with that idea, I think that could go somewhere. But I'm not doing it because I got this on my plate on top of a full-time job and all this other stuff, and yeah.
Greetings. Your business in Shady Sands might be... I know of no village. Yes. Greetings. What may I help you with this find? Certainly. What junk town? Certainly. What? Oh my. And now the monsters are attacking my people. As Dharma said, those who tend their own flock. Yes.
Okay. Ooh, I gotta read those messages. Yeah, I actually haven't followed the last like day on everything on the like Charlie or the Tyler stuff. Yeah, Crystal. Going back to the Indiana Jones, Crystal Skull, like maybe it's quaint now because it wasn't in the culture war in that way back then, but I don't know, just something about the old indie, and then I don't know, it just didn't feel as impactful, you know. Yeah, I'd like to read those messages from about Tyler. Okay, now I'm going to do the smart thing. I'm going to save in the caves. I'm a semi-defender of the prequel. I don't think they were... I think if you told me all the plot points on paper, I'd say that's not bad. But I thought the execution was really iffy on it. Same goes actually for me on the last season of Game of Thrones. Good on paper, done so poorly that like -4, man. It was just done so poorly that I don't really like them. I like parts in the prequels, mostly in the first one and the third one. I find the second one just boring. It was great for the memes, though. Oh, why did I do that? I just wanted a single shot. There we go. Walk away. What? How do I lose the rest of my ammo? Okay, if I remember correctly, I think you have to bring a tail back so they can make a antidote. So. You're welcome, Nintendo. Thanks for your support. And if you're not following me on X, you should do that. That's the place I'd like to get the tips from the most. Thanks as well, Lenny. I prefer it over the Curator. To be honest, it's just easier for me to go through them on there than on the Curator. Also, I just want to say, I've been getting a lot of friend requests on Steam. I'm slightly... I don't know if I should be paranoid, but I'm slightly paranoid about how much this stuff is blown up. And I know Steam can be very, like, scam-heavy with trying to, like, steal people's accounts and stuff like that. So I don't actually friend anybody on Steam. So don't take it personally if I don't friend you guys. Follow me on X and that sort of thing. I'll talk to people in the Curator group. But I think another thing is just like if I'm playing a game by myself, I might want to just shut off too. So. Yeah, that's also partly why, Melee. Although, yeah, I have been actually clicking on them in the comments. I think I'm going to stop. And I'm probably going to post an announcement. Yeah, I don't even go on Discord, to be honest. And the recent events have doubled my resolve on that. There's a couple things I'm actually boycotting right now. I'm boycotting Discord. Not only that, I don't like the platform. Like, I've tried it, and it's very annoying. Like, every time I have Discord running, I hear the notification sounds of, like, literally every single Discord I just might have popped my head into, and I'm like, where's that noise coming from? Maybe I'm just such a noob on that, but... I'm not going to stream on Twitch. I'm not even sure if I'm going to stream long term. But this is going pretty well, so maybe I will. If I do, it's always going to be early mornings, afternoons like this. Not tomorrow. I'm busy in the afternoon. I work evenings, so it's never going to be an evening stream. But yeah, I'm boycotting Twitch until Hassan Piker is permanently banned. I'm not gonna go to Twitch. I might consider Kick. And yeah, I think I'm gonna post something later. Any tips that you have, post them to my X account because I'll be honest, I made a mistake setting up this Curator on the account that I did because it's my personal account. I should have made a dummy account. And from what I can see, if I leave the account, I don't think I can assign it to somebody else. I think it gets assigned to the next oldest person who joined the account. And that's just going to, like, kill the account. If I'm wrong on that, I'm going to try to figure something out. But, maybe if there's a way I can, make a dummy Steam account, make that dummy Steam account like a co-owner, and then leave on my primary account, I'm going to try that. But, yeah, Rumble as well. I like Rumble in theory, but whenever I go on there, it just almost always seems to be, like, hyper-political content. And I guess I am that now. I just personally like everything in one place when I'm viewing stuff. Oldest administrator. Okay. I read differently when I Googled it. It said oldest member of the account. So I'll look into that officially and make sure all the T's and I's are dotted and crossed. Before I do anything rash like that, but I hit it for no damage. I have like no ammo left. Cool. Missed. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'm probably only going to stream for about another 20 minutes just so you guys know. This was kind of a test, but I've actually kind of enjoyed it so far, so I might do this again. Make a dummy group. Oh, that's a good idea. We stream games on Rumble, but it has a share. Yeah, probably. I do like their approach to censorship and whatnot, but yeah, unfortunately, there's just not a good, viable alternative to... I'm going to save again. No! Oh, I loaded it. Darn it. This is an old game. Don't stream... don't stream and play, guys, if you want to be good at gaming. I was not paying enough attention there. Sorry, you gotta see me kill rad scorpions again for the upteenth time. This time, I don't think I grabbed that box of ammo last time, so I'm gonna grab that. That'll make my job a little easier. Thank you, Ian, for being a better shot than me. You know, I'm sure Charlie Kirk has shot a gun. Maybe I should have given him some some skill in guns. But yeah. When I played this game, I played it on an old IBM Mac, IBM laptop that had a bad battery and a broken charge port. So if you even jiggled that thing a little bit, the power went off immediately. And we didn't have a mouse, we just had one of those red nubs in the middle of the keyboard. That's how I originally played this game. So that dates me a bit. What happened? Oh, what? Dropped my weapon. I don't think I have the action points to do it. What? Oh. Okay, got that gun. I really wish they would, I mean, if I ever support Bethesda again, I really hope they, at the very least, I gotta remember to get a tail. I really hope at the very least they outsource Fallout to, okay, now I'm gonna save the game actually now. Oh, donations. Here's the thing about the donations, though. I don't know if I really need them right now. And I feel like if I take people's money, I'm profiting off Charlie Kirk's death. So that's a very difficult suggestion. Like, if this stuff takes off, like, I'm partly worried, like, if my identity ever comes out, I, like, lose my job. And not necessarily because of, like, hyper wokeness or anything like that. But it just might not be. I don't know if people would, like, hound my job, or the fact is, like, sometimes if I tweet on my job, I worry they'd be like, well, this tweet happened, you know, when you were on the clock, so technically you weren't working. And I mean, they would technically not be wrong, right? So at this time, I don't want to take money in a way that seems like Charlie died and now I'm I'm making a killing out of it, you know? That being said, if this goes farther than just Charlie, like, if I really enjoy streaming and this isn't necessarily about Charlie anymore, then yeah, I might open it to donations. If I get fired and I really need help, I might consider it. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I don't want to like have a GoFundMe because I did something stupid and got. Well, it's not really stupid. Might be stupid if I get in trouble at work, but I don't. Like, I completely separate my private socials from these socials. So if somebody finds out who I am and where I work, it's going to be through hacking. And I don't know how easy that is. This stuff blew up so fast I haven't even told my wife about it. So she's going to be... I don't even know what questions she's going to ask me about all this when we have that discussion. But yeah. So yeah, I'm dealing with people who are crazy. And I think if everything stays at this level, which is like, I do want it to grow bigger because it'll make more of an impact. But if it stays at this level, I think I'll be okay, because surprisingly I haven't had any real hate thrown at me yet. I've heard some people say this is pathetic. I've seen a few comments on the community page that were a little sketchy, but I haven't seen anything that made me fearful of anything yet. And I've always believed, like, when you get death threats on the, like, you can get death threats on the internet for having the wrong opinion on Star Wars. That has kind of been something I've said for a very long time, that in the sense of, does it does it really mean anything? Sometimes it does. Like for Charlie Kirk, obviously it does. For me, I don't think I'm gonna die. You know, I don't think this thing's gonna kill me. But I do think somebody might take my job if they found out. And they'll think it was an honorable thing to do because that's technically what I'm trying to do. But I'm not posting my employer's name above my tweets, you know? And I think that's the difference. I'm not bringing my employer into this, and I'm not making their clients or their customers feel like they're not welcome and that they're in danger. So, to anybody who says it's hypocritical, that's what I have to say back to them. I'm going a little out of character, and I'm giving myself some small guns here because this is brutal without it. And I think Charlie knew how to fire a gun. So, I'm putting stuff into small guns. And also, if I ever misrepresent Charlie Kirk, let me know. To tell you the truth, I didn't follow him that much in life because so many people were already doing the thing he was doing that I kind of got sick of the whole owning the libs kind of videos. Like, I appreciated them, but I was kind of done with them. I had seen like a million arguments from Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder and Michael Knowles and all that. That, like, by the time Charlie Kirk was hitting it really big, I was like, I've been there, done that. But then when he died, I was like, I'm not standing up for him as a fan, which I'm a fan in retroactively a fan. I'm standing up for him because he is like all of us. He had no more radical beliefs than anybody else in the world had 10 years ago. And they shot him for it. So where are we going to be in 10 years if we don't stand up to this? What are we not going to be allowed to say if we don't do something? Right? 10 years ago, you heard some pronouns, but you rolled your eyes. And now you're forced to clarify your pronouns at work. You're forced to have the right opinion on everything. And it's wrong. Like, nobody has to agree with what he said, but they should agree with his right to have said it. And I use the term on my Twitter and on the community a lot, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I have to go into spell check every time I say it. Stochastic terrorism. I say it because that's actually a word I learned from the left that I rolled my eyes at a lot, and it's a legitimate word that they use illegitimately by saying, like, anytime you speak out against trans people, you're engaging in. I wouldn't say speaking out against trans people. I would say speaking out against the idea of trans ideology, that we all of a sudden have to put aside everything we know or we think we know about life and just accept this new normal, or you're killing people. It's trans genocide, like, now. But when you're calling people Nazis and fascists and white supremacists, and that hasn't been their message at all, that is stochastic, whatever. I'm going to screw that word up every time I say it. But it is stochastic terrorism, because the whole thing started the first thing I said when I noticed this, it was like around Trump's first term, that it's okay to punch a Nazi. And the first time you read it, you're like, yeah, I don't disagree with that. Till now, when you actually think about it, but who's determining who the Nazi is? And that became very clear right away. Because, like, when I first read it, I thought of a literal Nazi in 1940. And I'd be like, yeah, I don't care if you punched a Nazi soldier in 1940. But nowadays, you're a Nazi. You're called a Nazi for almost no reason, right? The biggest outlier to me was Chop or Chaz in Seattle, when they took over that whole city. And if you spoke out about that, you were immediately called a Nazi. Immediately. They took over a whole city, and what did that prove? Like, what did that do for anybody? And people were like, well, they're talking about, systemic racism and all this stuff. And I'm like, that didn't help any of that. That didn't do anything. And then there was a trucker protest in Canada, and they were immediately called Nazis. And yeah, I know, there was one guy there who had a Nazi flag, but if you watch the videos, they immediately told him to piss off. And I fully believe, and I can't prove it, I believe that was a false flag. Who's going to show up with a Nazi flag at a completely unrelated protest and think they're getting somewhere with that, right? That was there to discredit them. And people will look at that and say that's proof and not look at how obvious that is. And they'll use every excuse in the book to call you a Nazi. So when they call you a Nazi, they are saying the term that somebody said online, I don't know who originated with, but they don't call you a Nazi because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so that they have an excuse to kill you. And that's it. And that's what happened to Charlie Kirk. And if we don't stop this, that's what's going to happen to anybody who speaks out. Or, I mean, more likely, you're not going to have a job. You can't let these people take control. And they've been the loudest in the room for so long. And we let them. And they're going to find out pretty quick that that was a mistake. It's just about 1 o'clock here. I'm going to actually log out for the day. Thanks for everybody who joined. It was a small stream. I like doing it. I think maybe I'll do it again. But I can't guarantee you why or when. Follow me on X. Follow the Curator. I got a little bit of work to do, and then I got to go to work. So, have a good night, guys. Oh, actually, Sam, I want to bring up Sam Hyde for a sec. I never watched his stuff, and I thought for the longest time, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I thought he was on the level of Destiny. Like, I thought he had the same kind of takes as him. And the jokes that he was always, like, part of these, like, big political movies. I thought he was, like, an agitator. But am I wrong on that? Because I literally did not seek out any of his content. So, if he's chill, like, not too extreme, like, I don't like, there's some people I don't like, even though, like, they're partially right on some ways, but I think they're grifters. I'm not going to get into the weeds on that. But if Sam Hyde's cool, I might check him out. But if he's, I don't know, he's nothing like Destiny, okay. I think I must have confused him with somebody then. I'm not sure who it was. Maybe it was Sam Cedar. I think I confused him with a guy named Sam Cedar. That might be it. Anyway, I was just about to log off, so I'm logging off now. Thanks, you guys are cool. Check the Curator group for more announcements. I'm going to clarify some things, and yeah, talk to you guys soon. Later.